going to have bone problems. You're going to have dental problems. There's a lot of things that can throw off the balance of phosphorus to calcium, including too much phosphates in our food, but one of the worst is sugar. Sugar is a powerful, powerful way to throw off the phosphorus to calcium balance, and this is one of the main reasons why the standard American diet leads to bone loss, and for that matter, it's one of the main reasons why the standard American diet leads to calcification and leads to calcium stones in the joints and in the gallbladders and in the kidneys. And then we come to plants. Just like phosphorus is essential for humans, it is unbelievably essential and critical for plant growth, and that's where phytic acid comes in. Phytic acid is a storage form for phosphorus. It's like it's a circular molecule with hooks on it. It's got 6 hooks, and hung on those 6 hooks, on each of those 6 hooks, is a little chunk of phosphorus. Phytic acid is a mechanism that locks up phosphorus that keeps the seed from growing. Phosphorus is a growth element. It sparks the seed into growth, but seeds aren't supposed to be growing until the circumstances are just so. So phytic acid acts like a safety. It's like a safety on a gun that keeps the gun from going off. It keeps phosphorus's power in check, preventing the seed from exploding into life. And this is why phytic acid has such a bad reputation, because it traps things, it holds on, it keeps the life force dormant, it keeps the life force sleeping. Many nutritionists will tell you that phytic acid is something that you want to avoid. Nutritionists will tell you that phytic acid is not a good way to get your phosphorus. And they'll tell you that phosphorus is locked up in the phytic acid molecule so you don't get the phosphorus. But you know what? That might not be true. It turns out that bacteria in our gut, the so-called microbiome that we talk about on this program all the time, actually do have an ability to free up phosphorus from phytic acid. So it turns out that phytic acid might not be all that bad after all. It might be a good source of phosphorus. It's certainly a source of phosphorus for plants. Plants have the ability to break up the enzyme once they're growing. The microbiome, the good bacteria in the gut, can do it as well. In the journal Cell Reports, February 2014 article, phytic acid enzyme found in the microbiome that facilitates the release of phosphorus from the phytic acid element. So phytic acid may not be such an anti-nutrient. On the other hand, this trapping mechanism, the ability that phytic acid has to trap things, it's called chelation. That's the technical term, and phytic acid is a chelating agent, and phytates are chelating agents. That makes phytic acid really helpful for detox. Phytic acid is a detoxifier. It chelates excess minerals. So in addition to possibly being a source of phosphorus, it also has detoxification properties. Same way that it chelates or magnetically attracts phosphorus, it can also chelate mercury. Phytic acid can chelate lead. It can chelate cadmium. It can be helpful against calcium deposits and calcium stones. That's right, this so-called evil phytic acid that we got to be so careful of is actually a major tool that can prevent toxicity from heavy metals as well as calcification. All right, we'll come back with more good health information right after this on The Bright Side. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. I'm pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking about phytates and phytic acid. Tomorrow we'll talk about how phytates can protect you from cancer. How do you like that? Phytic acid, especially from colon cancer, the third leading cause of cancer deaths in this country. It goes by the name IP6. IP6 is the anti-cancer name for phytic acid. And IP6, if you Google IP6, you'll get a lot of good information about how IP6 can prevent the formation of cancer tumors. Really interesting, and that's one of the reasons why the bran of grains can be such powerful medicine. The bran is where the phytates are. The bran also contains lots of good things. A lot of the fatty nutrients are found in the bran. That's the part, of course, that we throw out or that we remove when we process our foods. But the bran, man, there's some really good stuff in the bran, especially rice bran. Rice bran contains something called squalane, which is really one of the most amazing topical skin nutrients or skin moisturizers you could ever use. I've been working with squalane for a long time. Squalane typically comes from sharks. Most squalane is also found in olives, but it turns out that rice bran and the oil from rice bran also is a good source of squalane. Anyway, we'll talk about all this tomorrow as we continue talking about these so-called supposed anti-nutrient, phytic acid, phytate. It does have, you don't want to take your phytic acid or your fiber, I should say, too close to your minerals, because you may lose some of the value of the minerals, but that's not to say that phytic acid is not some powerful, powerful health medicine. It is. Okay. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Maria in California. Good morning. What's up, Maria? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Well, basically, I have endometriosis.
Okay, we can help you with that. Not a problem. What do you do? Are you on any prescription medicine or anything?
Yes, I am on prescription medicine for bipolar and depression.
Okay, but not anything for the endometriosis?
No, not for the endometriosis.
How old are you, Maria?
I'm 39.
Okay, so you must have had some problems with your menstrual cycle for a long time. Endometriosis is a pretty significant issue. Don't let them take your organs. That's what they do for endometriosis. Is that what they want to do?
Yeah, they're trying to say that I need to have surgery because I have a
You don't. You don't. I'm telling you, Maria, you don't. It's one of the most twisted, evil things that doctors do, removing a woman's organs because of endometriosis. Here's the deal. Endometriosis is the excessive proliferation, the excessive growth of the endometrial lining, right? And that causes all kinds of problems, heavy bleeding and hormonal issues, etc. Here's what you need to understand about endometriosis. It's a female hormone issue, an estrogen issue, and it has to do with the balance of progesterone and estrogen, and it's a sugar issue. Those are the two major factors that you want to, those are the two major places that you want to approach endometriosis. When I say hormones, estrogen and progesterone, I'm talking foods, fatty foods, and also the microbiome, which is gut bacteria. So here's what you're going to do. Number one, you want to do a food diary, and you want to eliminate any problem foods. You guaranteed 100% have something going on in your digestive system, which you must know. Constipation is typically involved, but it could be loose stools, it could be cramping or bloating, heartburn, stuff like that. Does that sound familiar, Maria?
Yes.
It always goes hand in hand, and only a boneheaded medical professional would ignore that classic symptom. It's the stupidest thing, and I'm sorry to get mad. I don't mean to get mad, but it's just unfair, Maria. Okay, so you got to focus.
They were trying to schedule me for surgery.
Yes. How do they live with themselves? I don't know. I'd love to talk to your doctor. If you can get him to come on the Bright Side, let's have a conversation with him. And I don't want to be mean, because maybe he just doesn't know. So anyway, the good news is this could be taken care of very quickly without any doctor intervention. Do a food diary and eliminate foods that cause digestive distress. You'll find that fatty foods are typically going to be a problem. With your foods, with your meals, make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes, swigging down some apple cider vinegar, go to the health food store and get some extra bile, B-I-L-E, bile salts, and some lecithin. And you want to do those with all your meals, maybe a quarter teaspoon. Am I going too fast? You go to the archives if I'm going too fast. Okay. You're not going to be able to catch up because there's tons more. All right? And I got to go fast. But go to the archives and then review them. And this is true for anybody out there with endometriosis, which is unfortunately not all that uncommon. So focus on fatty foods and how you're processing those fatty foods. Use your ultimate enzymes, lecithin, bile salts, apple cider vinegar with all your meals. Get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, which is now called the Ultimate Nightly Essence. 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules in the afternoon, 3 capsules at night. Eat as little food as you think you need. Don't overeat. Only eat when you're hungry. And I know that sounds silly to say that, but we eat a lot when we're not hungry. So only eat when you're hungry.
I'm overweight as well.
Well, it's all together. It has to do with the blood sugar. I'm going to get into that in a second. Okay? So focus on your eating behavior. Try to eliminate the problem foods. Focus on fats and use probiotics. That alone will make a significant difference, by the way. That alone. Fill up with veggie juice and flaxseed fiber, as we've been talking in the last couple of days. Then you're going to move on to the blood sugar. You need to stabilize your blood sugar. That means staying away from foods that spike your blood sugar, fruit juice, desserts, and cakes, and potatoes, and bread, and burritos, and anything that messes up the blood sugar. If you have a problem weaning yourself off of those foods, go get yourself something called glutamine powder. Do a quarter teaspoonful once or twice a day, and then up your protein intake, especially whey protein, if you can handle it. You may not be able to handle whey protein. If you feel gassy or bloaty after you do it, then maybe use hemp seed protein, which is a little bit more benign, although not as good a protein. Protein foods also, fish, meat, that kind of thing. Yes?
What about about the ketogenic diet?
That's
Is that
perfect.
That would be something that would be perfect for me?
Perfect. But the problem is, if you're having problem processing fats, you got to be careful with it. So you got to watch out.
Have avocado and
yes, but watch how you respond to the fats. Avocado is good, but coconut oil is the best. So maybe a couple teaspoonfuls of coconut oil. And then there's some individual supplements that are very helpful for endometriosis. Your ultimate EFAs, you want 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. Zinc picolinate, 50 milligrams a day. Vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day. Vitamin E, 400 international units a day. And the ultimate selenium, 400 micrograms a day. Now there's tons more. I don't have a lot of time to give you all of the information, but that's a great place for you to start. And if you do everything I just told you, Maria, I'm guaranteeing you that you will notice a dramatic, and I mean a dramatic difference in your symptoms. And it should take 1 or 2 cycles is all. Okay? And I'd love it if you call us back after 1 or 2 months and let us know how you're doing so everybody can hear. There's way more. We just scratched the surface. But just what I told you, you're going to notice a significant difference, okay?
And then I can just go and search the archives?
Yeah, search the archives and just search for endometriosis and then review the last couple of weeks. We've been spending a lot of time talking about fats and the ketogenic diet. Okay?
Okay. Great.
Thank you, Maria.
You.
God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Okay. Yeah, that just ticks me off when they want to take out your organs because they can't figure out what is going on. Somebody has to call a pharmacist on the radio to get decent health information. All right. 844-236-6010 is our number. Diane, welcome to the bright side. What's going on?
Good morning, Ben. It's a pleasure
Good morning.
to speak with
Is this my friend Diane that's always yelling at me on Facebook? That is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're always yelling. I can't, you can't yell on Facebook, but if you could, I think you would be yelling. How you doing? How's the truth working for you, by the way?
Pardon me?
How is the truth working for you?
I'm seeing some results.
You're on the retinol, right?
On the retinol,
Hello? Diane?
Yeah.
Diane? Did we lose Diane? I don't know. I think we lost Diane. Hey, Diane, call us back. I'll get you first up. I don't know what happened to you. All right, we're going to take a break. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back on The Bright Side talking to Diane in Nebraska. You there, Diane? Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. What's going on? How can we help you?
Okay, my husband is 69, and he's feeling shingles in his ear.
Oh, okay.
For the past 10 or so days.
That's awful. In the ear or on the ear?
It's on and inside of the ear. It goes, I guess, it goes to the eardrum, but in the nerve.
That's not a good thing. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Here's the deal. Shingles only happens when the immune system is compromised on some level. So what you do, the way you deal with shingles is you build the immune system and you take everything out of your life that suppresses the immune system, and that usually means foods. So we'll approach this from 2 angles. First of all, anything that throws off his blood sugar or is pro-inflammatory or messes up his digestive system needs to be avoided 100% while he's got the shingles, and even when he recovers from the shingles. And all these strategies will speed up his recovery too, by the way. Sugar is one of the biggest enemies in all of its disguised forms, including bread and pasta and cereal and potatoes and anything that breaks down into sugar and throws off his blood sugar. Treat him like a diabetic. The ketogenic diet would be awesome for him. So low sugar, low carbohydrate as much as possible. That doesn't include veggies though. He's got to be great if he could pound the veggie juice and the fiber to help fill him up. Secondly, more protein, and that will help wean him off the sugar, and it will also give him some power to help fight the infection. The immune system is driven by protein, especially glutamine powder, which also doubles as a way to wean him off of sugar. 5 or maybe half a teaspoonful once or twice a day of glutamine powder. The next thing you're going to want to do once you've taken care of the inflammatory foods that he reacts to, and blood sugar spiking foods, is use nutrients to support the immune system, and there's a lot of them. I'm going to run down them real quickly. Selenium, one of the most important minerals, along with zinc. 400 micrograms of selenium, maybe even 600 micrograms of selenium, and 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate. Vitamin C is your quintessential immune-boosting vitamin, 5,000 milligrams a day in divided doses, even up to 10,000 milligrams, as long as it doesn't disturb his stomach. And then also vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day. And then the Healthy Start Pack, and then have him sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, have him doing 9 capsules a day on the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. Anything that he could do to support digestive health in terms of nutrition will also help him. The Ultimate Enzymes after all his meals, apple cider vinegar, and then also of course the Ultimate or Biolumin Nightly Essence, now called the Ultimate Nightly Essence, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon.